There comes a beautiful moment on the journey of creation when you realize you don't need to struggle, you don't need to force, and you don't need to exhaust yourself. What you seek, what you long for, it's already yours. It's not about trying harder, it's about trusting deeper. There is a natural rhythm to life, and it is filled with grace. Everything in the universe moves with ease. The sun rises without effort. The seasons change without struggle. Flowers do not strain to bloom. Rivers do not force themselves to flow. In the same way, the dreams that are planted in your heart are meant to come to life with a feeling of ease, not tension. When we are tense, when we are fearful, when we try to control every detail, we are not aligning with the loving flow of creation. We are actually pushing away the very things we desire. Tension is rooted in doubt. It is the energy of not believing. It is the energy of questioning whether we are worthy, questioning whether we are supported, questioning whether life really has our back. And every time we question, every time we doubt, we slow down the magic that is naturally meant to flow to us. Ease, however, is a powerful invitation. Ease says to the universe, I trust you. I know you are working behind the scenes for my highest good. Ease says, I am worthy of receiving without struggle. I am ready to accept the gifts that are already mine. When you relax into life, when you breathe deeply and surrender the need to control, you become magnetic. You become a beautiful, open vessel, ready to be filled by the blessings that have been waiting for you. You do not need to chase your dreams down. You do not need to wrestle them into existence. Instead, you are meant to become an energetic match to them by embodying peace, trust, and joy. When you let go of desperate wanting, you make space for joyful receiving. It is in your moments of laughter, your moments of calm, your moments of simple gratitude, that life smiles back and says, now you are ready. Think about the moments when things effortlessly fell into place for you. Perhaps it was a friendship that came at just the right time, a job offer that appeared when you weren't even looking, an opportunity that seemed to find you rather than you having to hunt it down. These are not coincidences. These are demonstrations of what happens when you live in harmony with the flow of life, rather than fighting against it. When you are at ease, you are naturally in the right place at the right time for the right blessings. Tension comes from the mind, ease comes from the heart. The mind wants to plan, to fix, to force, to ensure. The heart simply knows. The heart rests in faith. It understands that nothing real is ever lost and nothing meant for you can pass you by. Your heart knows that life is unfolding exactly as it should, even if your mind cannot always see the full picture yet. When you catch yourself forcing, striving, or stressing, that is your signal to pause. Take a deep breath. Release the gripping fear. Whisper to yourself, I do not have to make this happen. I allow it to unfold naturally. This one small act of surrender can change everything. Suddenly you shift your energy. You move from franticness to faith. You move from scarcity to abundance. And in that shift, you become a beacon for all that is meant for you. It is safe to stop trying so hard. It is safe to trust in divine timing. It is safe to believe that the dreams inside you were placed there because they are part of your destiny. Your only task is to hold the vision gently, to nourish it with belief, and to live each day in the energy of peace, knowing that it is already on its way. Ease is not laziness. It is not inaction. It is inspired living. It is taking steps when you feel genuinely guided, not because you feel pressured. It is doing your part joyfully and then stepping back, letting the universe orchestrate the details you cannot see. And oh, how much grander the outcome will be when you allow life to do what it does best. Create miracles beyond anything you could have forced with your own hands. You are not alone in your journey. There are unseen forces of love, wisdom, and intelligence surrounding you right now, cheering you on. Trust them. Relax into their embrace. Remind yourself daily, I am safe to receive. I am safe to relax. I am safe to let life bless me. When you walk through your days with open hands and an open heart, you give life permission to surprise you, to delight you, and to pour abundance into every area of your being. All you ever had to do was believe, relax, and receive. The universe responds to your ease, because your ease is a declaration. I know it's already mine. The very moment a true desire is born within you, something beautiful happens that you might not even realize. You are instantly aligned with it. You are connected to it by an invisible thread of energy and love. You and your desire are already tied together, not by force, not by need, but by a natural and divine design. The longing you feel inside your heart is not random. It is a calling, a sign, a whisper from life itself, showing you what is already prepared for you. There is no need to chase what is meant for you. There is no need to beg, plead, or prove your worthiness. The dream would not exist inside of you if the way to fulfill it did not also exist. The presence of the desire is proof that somewhere in the unseen it is already real. It is already done. You are simply walking the path to meet it at the right moment, in the right way. You are not starting from lack. You are starting from fullness. You are not broken, needing to be fixed before you can receive. You are whole. You are ready. You are enough, exactly as you are. Everything you desire, the love, the abundance, the success, the peace, is not something you have to manufacture from thin air. It already exists, and it is already yours on the energetic level. So many times we trick ourselves into believing that we must do more, be more, try harder, or become someone else entirely in order to be worthy of our dreams. But life doesn't work that way. Life works through resonance. Life matches the energy we are holding within ourselves. And when you simply recognize that you are already aligned, you step into a new energy. The energy of allowing, the energy of receiving, the energy of natural fulfillment. The oak tree is already inside the acorn. The rose is already contained within the seed. It does not need to struggle to become itself. It only needs to grow in its own perfect time. In the same way, your desires are seeds of your own destiny. They are a part of who you already are becoming. You do not have to strain to make it happen. You need only to trust the natural unfolding of your own life. When you desire love, it is because love is already woven into your spirit. When you desire abundance, it is because abundance is your natural state. When you desire peace, it is because peace lives within you and is seeking to express itself more fully. Your desires are not outside of you. They are the very essence of you, reaching up toward the light. Every time you doubt yourself, every time you question whether your dreams are possible, you are simply forgetting the truth of who you are. You are a creator. You are a powerful soul, here to express the deepest beauty of your own heart. There is nothing missing. There is nothing wrong. There is only a process unfolding perfectly and in divine timing. It is safe to trust your desires. It is safe to believe in your dreams. They were given to you for a reason. They are not a trick. They are not a mistake. They are a sign that you are ready for more, and that more is already making its way to you. Even now, forces you cannot see are arranging themselves in your favor. People, opportunities, resources, and ideas are moving closer, drawn by the magnet of your belief. You don't have to figure it all out at once. You don't have to know every step ahead. You only have to keep saying yes to the life that is calling you forward. You only have to keep nurturing the feeling that it is already yours. When you walk in faith, when you act from a place of inner knowing, you move mountains without even realizing it. Your job is not to become worthy. Your job is to remember that you have always been worthy. Your job is not to beg the universe to bless you. Your job is to realize that the blessings were already given the moment you dared to dream. Every heartbeat, every breath, every quiet hope is a step closer to the full realization of your desires. You are not alone in this journey. You are supported, loved, and guided every step of the way. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, even when the outer world looks unchanged, the inner world is blossoming. Growth is happening. Alignment is deepening. Miracles are being prepared in ways you cannot yet see. Trust the timing of your life. Trust the wisdom of your heart. Trust that your desires are not accidents. They are assignments. They are sacred invitations to step into the fullest, brightest version of yourself. You are already aligned. You are already on the path. You are already everything you need to be. Relax, breathe, smile. It's already yours. Here is a beautiful truth that many have forgotten. Surrender is not weakness. It is not giving up. It is not sitting idly by, letting life pass you. True surrender is an act of profound strength. It is a choice to trust, a choice to believe, a choice to let go of control and allow something greater than your fear to take the lead. It is powerful because it requires courage. It asks you to release your grip on how you think life should unfold, and instead open your heart to the perfect way it will unfold. So surrender is the moment when you realize you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders anymore. You don't have to force, you don't have to fight, you don't have to exhaust yourself chasing outcomes. You simply allow. You allow life to rise up and meet you. You allow blessings to flow in ways you could never have orchestrated on your own. You allow yourself to be led by a wisdom far greater than the limited fears of the mind. Surrender does not mean you stop dreaming. It does not mean you stop taking action. It simply means your dreams and your actions are no longer fueled by desperation or fear. They are fueled by trust, by love, by an inner knowing that everything meant for you will find you in the right way at the right time. You move forward, but you move differently. You move with grace instead of force. You move with faith instead of fear. To surrender is to step into the flow of life rather than trying to swim against it. It is to say, I am willing to be guided. It is to say, I no longer insist that it must happen exactly the way I imagine, but I open myself to something even greater. When you surrender, you give life room to surprise you. You open the door to miracles that can only enter when you stop trying to micromanage every moment. There is nothing passive about this. It takes deep inner strength to surrender. It takes wisdom to recognize that forcing and controlling come from fear, and that true power lies in choosing trust instead. When you surrender, you are choosing to align yourself with a greater intelligence, one that sees the whole picture when you can only see a piece. You are choosing to walk by faith even when you cannot yet see the destination. Surrendering is an active partnership with life. You do your part. You stay open, you follow your intuition, you act when guided, and then you release attachment to how and when the results must come. You give yourself permission to live with peace in the present moment, knowing that all is well, even if the evidence hasn't yet arrived. You stop wrestling with life. You stop arguing with reality. You allow yourself to rest in the deep truth that you are always being led exactly where you need to be. Imagine how differently life feels when you embrace this way of being. There is no more frantic chasing, no more constant anxiety about what will happen next, no more living in a state of fear. Instead, there is an inner softness, a quiet confidence, a powerful knowing that your life is in the hands of something wise and loving. You can move forward with a light heart. You can enjoy the journey instead of endlessly stressing about the destination. Surrender is powerful because it frees you. It liberates you from the need to have all the answers. It releases you from the burden of trying to control things that were never yours to control. It opens your hands and your heart to receive. It shifts your energy from resistance to allowance. And in that energy, you become magnetic. You attract what is meant for you without chasing it. You become a vessel for grace. When you surrender, you also reconnect with your own deeper wisdom. You hear the soft inner voice that always knows the way. You become more creative, more intuitive, more alive. You live from inspiration rather than fear. You recognize that you are not alone and that you never have been. Let go of the belief that you must struggle to succeed. Let go of the belief that you must fight to be loved. Let go of the belief that life is something to conquer. Life is not your enemy. Life is your partner, your ally, your constant support. The moment you realize this is the moment you truly step into your power. You were never meant to carry it all alone. You were meant to co-create with the loving intelligence that beats your heart, that breathes your lungs, that causes the stars to shine. Trust it. Lean into it. Relax into the arms of the universe. And know that surrender is not giving up. It is rising up into the truth of who you really are. You are not powerless. You are powerful beyond measure. And surrender is how you remember. You are already enough. You were born enough. Before you spoke your first words, before you achieved a single thing, before you earned any praise, your worthiness was already complete. It is not something you have to earn. It is not something you have to fight for. It is not something you have to prove to anyone, not even to yourself. It simply is. So much of the pain we carry comes from believing we must become someone different to deserve love, acceptance, and abundance. We think, if I do more, if I work harder, if I fix myself, if I please enough people, then I will be enough. But the truth is, you are enough simply because you exist. Your existence is the proof of your worthiness. You do not have to perform for it. You do not have to chase it. You only have to remember it. When you base your worth on how much you achieve, how much you give, or how much you impress others, you place yourself on a never-ending treadmill. No matter how much you do, it will never feel like enough, because you are chasing something that was never outside of you. Worthiness cannot be found in accomplishments, appearances, or approval. It lives within you. It has always lived within you. Imagine a newborn baby. Is that baby any less worthy because it hasn't achieved anything yet? Of course not. You would look at that tiny life and know deep in your soul that it is precious beyond words. That same preciousness lives in you still. It has never left you. The world may have tried to convince you otherwise. Experiences may have made you doubt. But the truth remains unshaken. You are worthy, just as you are. You are not here to earn your right to exist. You are not here to convince anyone of your value. You are here to be you, fully, joyfully, authentically. The more you lean into your own truth, the more life opens up to meet you with blessings you don't have to force or beg for. When you stand in the certainty of your own worth, the world responds differently. You no longer need to chase validation because you know you are already complete. Think of how much energy you free up when you stop trying to prove yourself. You can pour that energy into creating, into loving, into living. You can move through life with an open heart, unafraid of judgment, untouched by the opinions of others. You realize that the only validation that ever truly mattered is the love you offer yourself. And when you love yourself from this place, not because you are perfect, but because you are whole, everything changes. Opportunities find you. Relationships deepen. Peace enters your spirit. You stop attracting situations where you are treated like you are not enough because you no longer accept that lie inside yourself. You are a masterpiece in progress, not because you need to earn your worth, but because you are unfolding into more of the beauty that already lives inside you. You are a work of art simply because you are alive. Every breath you take, every dream you dream, every hope you hold in your heart is sacred. You don't need to hustle for love. You don't need to overextend yourself to be accepted. You don't need to pretend to be someone you are not. Your true self is enough. Your authentic soul is what the world truly needs. When you are fully yourself, you give others permission to be fully themselves too. And that is a gift greater than anything you could ever manufacture by trying to prove your worth. It's time to lay down the heavy burden of proving. It's time to rest in the truth of your being. You are good enough. You are lovable enough. You are valuable enough. Nothing can change that. Nothing you achieve can add to it. Nothing you fail to do can take away from it. It is steady, constant, unwavering, like the sun that continues to shine whether or not you step outside to feel its warmth. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe in this truth. Feel the freedom of it. Feel the deep peace that comes when you no longer have to perform for love. You are free. You are safe. You are already everything you need to be. As you move forward from this moment, carry this truth in your heart. Let it guide your choices. Let it heal the old wounds of not enoughness. Let it lead you into a life where you no longer live to earn love, but live to express the boundless love that has always been within you. You are worthy. You always have been. You always will be. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to prove. Just be. And that will always be enough. There is a beautiful shift that happens in life when you choose to celebrate before the evidence appears. When you live as if it's already done, you move out of waiting, hoping, and doubting, and you step fully into trusting, receiving, and knowing. You align yourself with the energy of your desires, and from that space, miracles naturally unfold. The mind often tells us that we must wait. Wait for the money to show up, wait for the love to appear, wait for the dream to manifest. Before we feel joy, before we feel worthy, before we feel safe to celebrate. But the truth is, the celebration itself is the magnet. The energy of gratitude, joy, and expectancy calls in the very things we desire. Life mirrors the frequency we offer, not the words we say with doubt behind them. When you celebrate now, you declare to the universe, I trust, I believe, I know it is already mine. You are no longer pleading, no longer begging, no longer questioning your own power. You are living from the end result, and because of that, you draw it closer with every breath. Imagine what it would feel like to know beyond all doubt that what you desire is already on its way. Imagine how your steps would feel lighter, how your heart would be calmer, how your spirit would shine brighter. You would walk differently, you would speak differently. You would treat yourself with more love and patience. You would savor the journey because you would no longer be trying to rush to the destination. Celebrating now shifts your entire vibration. It tells your subconscious mind that it is safe to believe. It teaches your heart to open. It quiets the fear-based chatter that says, "What if it doesn't happen?" and replaces it with the calm inner voice that says, "Of course it's happening. It's already done." You don't have to wait for the outside world to validate your dreams. Your belief is enough. Your joy is enough. Your trust is enough. The moment you decide that you are already worthy, already successful, already loved, the universe responds to that certainty. Life always meets you at the level of your belief, not your hesitation. Celebration is an act of faith. It is a statement that says, even if I can't see it yet, I know it's real. It lifts you into a higher frequency where all things are possible. It removes the barriers of fear, doubt, and unworthiness. It places you in the flow of abundance, love, and grace. Living as if it's already done does not mean you ignore reality. It means you choose to focus on a higher truth than what your physical eyes can see. It means you understand that the unseen world is just as real, if not more real, than the visible one. Every dream, every prayer, every intention you have sent out has been heard. Every seed you have planted is growing, even if you cannot yet see the first green shoot above the soil. You can celebrate in small ways: a smile, a song, a heartfelt thank you whispered into the morning light. You can celebrate with your thoughts by speaking to yourself as if your dreams are already part of your life. You can celebrate with your actions by taking steps that match the life you are creating even before it fully arrives. When you live in celebration, you create a field around you that feels magnetic. People, opportunities, and synchronicities are drawn to you because your energy is one of openness and joy. You are no longer chasing, you are allowing. You are no longer doubting, you are knowing. And that shift makes all the difference. You do not need to wait for a finish line to feel proud. You do not need to see the physical manifestation to be grateful. Gratitude now opens the door to more later. Joy now creates space for even greater joy to arrive. You are not being foolish by celebrating early. You are being wise. You are moving from fear to faith. You are moving from lack to abundance. You are living as the powerful creator you were always meant to be. Take a deep breath. Feel the energy of what you desire as if it is already real. Let it fill your heart. Let it lift your spirit. Let it shape your words, your choices, your days. You are not waiting on life. Life is already moving in your favor. Celebrate now. Dance now. Laugh now. Give thanks now. You are not celebrating nothing. You are celebrating everything that is already making its way to you. Trust in the unseen. Trust in your own power. Trust in the goodness of life itself. It's already done. Now, let yourself live in that beautiful truth. There is a quiet voice inside you that always knows the way. It does not shout. It does not demand. It speaks in soft nudges, tender feelings, and subtle knowings. It is the whisper of your heart, forever guiding you toward your highest good. All your life it has been speaking to you, inviting you to trust, to follow, and to remember who you truly are. In a world that moves so quickly, where noise and opinions swirl all around, it is easy to lose touch with this inner voice. It is easy to believe that the answers lie outside of you, that you must seek approval or direction from others. But the truth has always been within you. The gentle whispers of your heart carry wisdom beyond anything the world can teach. Your heart is the place where your soul speaks. It knows the dreams that were planted within you long before you could name them. It knows the paths that are meant for you, even when your mind fills with doubt. It knows when to stay, when to move, when to open, and when to let go. Trusting your heart is not a reckless act. It is the deepest act of alignment with your true self. You may have moments when the path ahead looks uncertain. You may wonder if you are making the right choices. But if you pause, if you breathe deeply and listen inward, you will find that your heart has already been speaking. It has been guiding you through your feelings, your instincts, and your quiet yearnings. It does not speak in fear, it speaks in love. It leads not through pressure, but through peace. The whispers of your heart are often the first voice you hear before the mind rushes in with all its noise. That first feeling, the one that feels expansive, hopeful, loving, is your true guidance. The mind may try to talk you out of it, offering 1,000 reasons why it is not practical, not logical, not safe, but the heart does not deal in fear, it deals in truth. You were created with an inner compass, and it never breaks. Even if you have ignored it in the past, even if you have doubted yourself, your heart has never held it against you. It still speaks, it still invites you. It still believes in your ability to hear and follow its wisdom. Learning to trust the whispers of your heart is a practice. It requires moments of stillness. It requires honesty with yourself. It asks you to set aside the need for instant validation from the outside world and to find security within your own being. It asks you to believe that your feelings matter, that your intuition is real, and that your soul's desires are valid. Sometimes trusting your heart means choosing a path that others do not understand. Sometimes it means making decisions that feel right to you, even if they do not make sense to anyone else. That is okay. You are not here to live someone else's life. You are here to live your own, beautifully, authentically, unapologetically. Heart will never lead you astray, even when the journey is winding, even when the way forward is hidden from view. Your heart is always leading you closer to yourself, closer to the love, the joy, and the peace that you seek. Trusting it is not about guarantees or certainty. It is about faith. Faith that life is unfolding for your highest good, even when you cannot see all the steps ahead. You do not have to have all the answers today. You do not have to force or rush. You only have to listen, breathe, trust the feeling that arises in stillness, the quiet knowing that points you gently toward the next right step. And then take that step, even if it is small, even if it is only a whisper of movement. In trusting your heart, you reconnect with the flow of life itself. You remember that you are never truly alone, that you are always being guided by a wisdom greater than your fears. You move not with the frantic energy of trying to control, but with the graceful energy of allowing, of surrendering to a higher plan that is always for your benefit. Your heart speaks in love, and love is never wrong. It is safe to trust yourself. It is safe to listen. It is safe to follow where your heart gently leads. Every time you do, you strengthen your connection to the deepest, truest part of yourself. So today and every day, may you make space for the whispers. May you honor them, even when they seem small. May you have the courage to trust the invisible guidance that is more real than anything you can touch or see.